What is up, everybody? Josh here again, and today we have a new Star Rupture video for you. Today we'll be showing you how to make kill boxes and how to place walls around your base to keep your base protected. Let's get into it, shall we? Now, there's two different types of kill boxes or base defenses that we're going to show you. We're going to show you the giant wall around a base, and then we're going to also show you the box. We'll show you the box first around monoliths, but there's a giant wall you can build around bases like this, and then place tons of turrets. It doesn't matter which turrets you use. We use the little small ones here in this video, but you can use the tall ones as well. And also we'll be showing you another kill box like this right here that we've put completely around a monolith. So you can basically neutralize a monolith with a kill box. So let's get into it. We're going to show you this one first and then go over to the main base. So to do this method, you're going to want at least defense turrets. You can actually do the big turrets as well, which we did on another save, but I'm just going to show this with the basic turrets. The defense towers, I really like them. They can be automatically fed with ammo and stuff like that, but we're just going to show this as kind of like a base defense. We're going to use these defense turrets here that you have to manually refill. And so you have to get up with Griffith's Blue Corporation up to level 6 at least for that. Of course, you actually need a little bit of building materials. We're going to have some building materials here to build this stuff. And we're going to show you kind of the kill box. And just a little bit of a background on this concept. Basically, whenever you upgrade your base core and you get attacked, you're going to be attacked from monoliths that are close to you. So for example, right here's a monolith right here. And also over here, there's a monolith. Now, this monolith right here, like this one right here, is really easy to make a kill box. And also this one over here, maybe not so much. This one's a little bit harder to do. But we're going to go to this monolith right here and show you a real quick kill box for you to set up for the monolith. I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible, but basically this is a concept. You can make it however you want. But I'm going to show you how you can actually prevent enemies from going certain areas and control them a little bit better. So here we are at a monolith, and what we're going to do is we're going to completely wall this monolith off and show you how to actually make a kill box. What we're going to start out doing is we're going to go ahead and bring out our building tool here, and we're going to go and bring up the building menu. We're going to do pillar supports and not supported platforms. The reason why is because whenever you add a platform to the top of a pillar, it at least seems like the enemies will jump on that platform. So you want to just use pillar supports, and you want to use 3 pillar supports stacked up. Now you'll notice that you can't build within a certain area of the monolith, but that's not a problem. All we have to do is go on the edge of the monolith like so and build 3 pillars tall. And we're just going to basically wall this in completely, but we're going to leave a little bit of a gap over here on this side for our kill box. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be back. So we have finished a box all the way around, and in theory, whenever we're close to this, we're going to be able to box them in. Now, you could just go ahead and close this in if you wanted to, and just kill them manually if you wanted to. That's completely up to you. We close in the monolith. We'll explain a little bit more about how the instancing and stuff like that goes when you get attacked. But right now, this is going to be the beginnings of a kill box. So this is the box around the monolith. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave a little bit of a gap. And we're going to go ahead and put some more pillars down here. Kind of make a hallway. Like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some turrets in there after we do so. We're going to go ahead and finish this, and then I'll show you kind of how we set it up. You can set up however you want. Like I said, this is just a concept, but 3 pillars around, and the vermin can't get on the pillars or through the pillars currently. Now, they may change that in the future, probably after seeing the video, but currently this right here will prevent any of the vermin from actually getting out. And of course, you can build pillars pretty much anywhere you want in the world, but to build a turret, you're going to have a base core. You can just pop down a base core right here, and this will cover all the turrets in the area. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out and I'm going to just bring it out from the box. There's a little bit of hallway right here, and we're going to bring out and we're going to make a box. And what we're going to do is we're going to put every single pillar kind of level. We are going to put some platforms on here to put turrets and stuff on, but we are going to make sure this is completely level. And the reason why you want to do that is because it's just a little bit easier to power them whenever you do so. So we're going to put these pillars exactly the same height. Now, if you can't reach that, you're going to have to go down the ground kind of like so. Then you'll place a 3rd pillar like that. But we're going to try to place a turret on every single one of these pillars. So we're going to be using a ton of turrets here. And now what we've done is we've made a little box, and this is where they're going to funnel through here from the monolith. And then we're going to put turrets up on these little platforms. So we've made a flat platform right here all the way around. We have a little bit of platform right here as well, but this is actually going to be for the little windmill that we're going to put, or wind turbine. So what we're going to do is we're going to face each of these turrets inwards into the box. Like so. And we're going to put turrets all the way around like so. And now we have a little bit of a platform built behind it. You just don't want to have like an open platform, like a blank platform that they can get to. This right here in the corner should be fine, but you don't want to have a blank platform that they can get to so they can get out. So basically we have all these turrets here facing inward. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a power source on there now so we can power these up, and then we're going to go fill them up with ammo. And in our situation, it looks like we're going to have to use about 3 windmills or wind turbines. And it looks like it's not stable, so we're going to have to make sure this is stable, just putting pillars underneath it to support it a little bit. Kind of like so. And here we go. And that should activate all the turrets. So we now should have enough power to run all these turrets. So now we're going to have to fill these turrets up with ammo. And now we have essentially made what we call a kill box. So basically they can't go around the edges here, and they will come through this side right here, trying to get towards our upgraded core, which is over there actually in the distance. And what's going to happen is they're going to get murdered when they do so. And here we get to test our kill box, which looks like it's working quite well so far. We're already in round 2, it looks like. Looks like we might have just a few little spitting enemies that are, you know, attacking, but nothing too serious. And of course, the final wave here. And it works just like a charm. So they were trying to get this little core over here. We actually ended up upgrading this one because I think that one was too far away. We upgraded this core, and they were basically coming straight for it, and we had these completely full. Looks like these wasted a little bit, but the rest of them pretty much were, yeah, pretty high numbers still in the ammo, it looks like. And the kill box works great. So this is the concept of the kill box. We'll show you the next one that we're going to go with. And it's kind of like a base concept. A lot of people building this main area right here, and we're going to build a large wall around our base here to funnel them into one area or a kill box. And that is right here. So we have a ton of turrets right there on the other side of this box. And what they're going to do is they're going to take out all the enemies whenever we get attacked. And all these turrets right here are going to have no problem whatsoever taking out at least a 2 to 3 level upgrade. Maybe not so much the Goliaths, but for sure they're going to take out all kinds of vermin. And this is kind of like a kill box. Basically, all the enemies will be coming from that monolith over there and trying to get to our base core, which is right here. And when they try to do so, they're not going to be able to get by this wall. They're going to come into the only place they can, right here, and get murdered right here at the entrance. And here we are with our very first attack, and we're getting attacked by this monolith over here. What I want you to know, though, is you have to be close to this little cloud here. Whenever you get close to this little purple cloud, it will spawn in the enemies. Kind of like so. If you don't get close to it, they won't spawn in. So for example, if you aren't near your base, the purple cloud will go by these little beams that you made. And honestly, then they won't work. very easy with the kill box. So we got turrets on this side, turrets over here, and then of course the gate and the walls. And as you can see, everything that's getting, nothing's really even gotten past this right here, which is kind of insane. And they can't come through this right here. But you can shoot through it. Now we just sit here and watch the carnage. And of course, the final wave, which is the biggest wave, this is what it looks like. And there they come. Works like a charm. And now you can see the carnage. And you can sit there and protect your base. We didn't really use that many bullets, I don't think. Yeah. Still in the 800s for all the turrets. These are in the 700s, but you really don't use that many bullets, so this will last multiple attacks. Of course, the higher you upgrade your core, the more attacks you'll get and the more stronger they are. But this is a really great concept of protecting your base. And I really hope it helps somebody if they're having issues with the attacks whenever they upgraded. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Subscribing will get you more Star Rupture videos just like this. And hopefully, we'll see you next time. Peace.